You can't handle the truth. The birthday song for my boy, William Truth Taylor. He complete.
It was May 25th when 24
Yeah.
William Truth Taylor was born, my friend. I hopped up in the bed to be your mom's human wedge, and after 25 minutes you came out and I knew the ledge. Wow. Blood and all, and you were wrapped up in an arm. And after 2 hours, I knew you'd have a strong arm. You took
The glasses right off my face.
and held them in your hand and shocked.
He held the glasses in his hand.
Wow, you were like, wow.
How you like me now?
You were into music straight from the start. And we would call you Squeak as you stole
I love music as a baby.
Cause you and your brother were tight from the start. You like Frank Sinatra, jazz, and hip hop. When you crawled on the floor, you had your little pop. I looked at you and I was like,
He's hip hop. We love Frank Sinatra as a little baby. We used to play jazz. Thelonious Monk, John Coltrane, when he was in Alana's stomach. He's 17 today. The truth. My second album.
You talk all the time and you love to hear me rhyme. You do your own freestyle over mine. In life you will shine and you are so divine. Your first thing is you had champagne or sparkling wine. You walk hard up the stairs. You love the city streets. You are so determined and I can't wait to see you compete. A double Gemini and you're already a flirt. And you bounce back quickly whenever you get hurt. Dedicated to the baba and you never took the bottle. And after you started walking you were on full throttle.
Straight to Amsterdam.
But you love Central Park. And 125th Street walking through the crowd, you made your mark. Yeah, you are the one.
It was 125th and the crowd just parted for this little 2-year-old just walking.
So funny. He had no fear.
I-double-L-I-M is the truth, baby. So here I am. W-I-double-L-I-M is the truth, baby. So here I am.
He's the truth. He's the truth. He's the truth. He's the truth.
I'm a teacher to swim, be patient and kind.
Yeah.
And even if you lose it, come back from behind. Develop a smart mind. Be bilingual. When no niño. Guillermo, Fussy, Gussie, and Booba are names that we
Call you naturally.
And you were climbing ladders before the age of 1.
That's
Now
true.
the age of 2, you're jumping everywhere, son. You have a little temper and a big laugh. You love lots of animals, but not the giraffe. You say silly Elmo and you love cars.
You love
and trucks.
Sesame
You like
Street.
to be successful and you
Thomas
make
the
it
Train.
Not like Big
more
Bird,
than
though.
excited, and you
Nope.
give me lots of pride. And son, I'm so thankful to be on this ride. And in the future, I plan to be there when you choose your bride. 25's a lucky number, and it's coming from inside.
God,
Your
it's
Grandfather
about
has so
that.
much pride.
We say 25 is his number, but we should have to say we is his number.
Well, 7. Yeah,
Fortune teller.
Hey. He's the truth. Well, she did his numerology. I have the email, so we'll look at it. Yeah.
25 is 7.
Yeah.
So 7 more the number.
7. Yeah. And 25. So you break it down to 7.
That's my little brother.
That was Elijah.
Wait. That's William.
That's
Bye bye.
William.
Oh, Elijah, this was
It was such
such a beautiful day today, 17 years ago. Hey, you guys, welcome to episode 462 of my Knowledge is Love Astrology podcast, Memorial Day edition, Sagittarius Full Moon. But we got to take a little moment. Our birthday boy, we loved on him this morning, but 17, he's out and about with his friends. So I was like, why shouldn't we do a show and come live? Not everybody's at Memorial Day barbecues or whatever. And maybe keep people across the pond. It's not their holiday. So hello, everybody. She did all the work today, 17 years ago. It was a miracle. He's my firstborn, her secondborn. I instantly became a dad once we got married. And I still remember to this day when Elijah asked if he could, call me dad. And I was like, yes, of course.
So this was Elijah. Wait, let me see. He was the first person that we allowed to hold William. So, and he was so proud to hold his little brother.
Yeah, he was like,
and now
the love in his eyes, like it was something. I talked to him about it this morning. Elijah said, "Yeah, I remember. It was amazing, you know." And he was just so excited to get to the hospital. And he came with his grandma, and they came. Lana's mother, my mom was, at home, and she was on the walker then. So, but when we did bring William home, because after we had the baby, we spent the night in the hospital. But then the next day we returned home on the 26th, and when we gave William to my mother, she brought out her inner Keith Murray. She was like, "He is the most beautifulest thing I've ever seen in the entire world."
So there we were, proud parents. Look, Eric had no locks.
Oh yeah.
And there was little William.
It was a special day. God is so good, and this kid in 17 years has overcome.
Hello, Babs.
and
nice
been,
to see you
hey,
too.
Babs, and he's been through so much in his 17 years, but he is the most positive, understanding, kind human being. When kids will tease other kids in the school, like William will talk to the kids that have Down syndrome and special needs, and he will be friends with them. This one kid is always like, "Hey, William, you want a sandwich? You want a sandwich?" Like he's always giving away sandwiches, and William's like, "Sure, John," or whatever. So maybe he's got that heart. We're learning so much from him. I said that today. I was like, we really, your children are your teachers, and we are their guides, and it is very humbling. So we're just honored. So thank you for the love and birthday wishes for our little boy who's 17. 17. So how you guys feeling? Today, we got this grand air trine. The moon's in Libra for the next 2.5 days. Trining Pluto and Aquarius, trining Uranus and the Gemini sun.
Jackie said, "Happy birthday, nephew." Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you, Jackie.
And Tella said, "Happy birthday." Thank you, guys. It was.
And Jackie, he's a Virgo rising like you. He's a Virgo rising. That Gemini sun and moon in the 10th house. He's something else. So, are you guys ready? This is actually her full moon. So it's really good that she's here. The Sagittarius moon in general, we'll talk about that for a second, then we'll get to the chart and the full moon. But this Sagittarius full moon, I think it's 4:45 p.m. Eastern, or AM Eastern, 9 degrees on Sunday, May 31st. And for those of you that support my other channel, I'll be live 4 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, May 31st, with Stars and Cards Lounge. So come check that out. We'll be talking about this full moon and answering your astrology and tarot questions. Really a good time. And please go subscribe to that channel. But, this Sagittarius full moon, not major aspects. It's a loose, mutable, I would say, grand cross with Pisces North Node 3 degrees, Virgo South Node 3 degrees, 6-degree orb. You'd like it to be 5 or less, but you got Uranus and this Gemini sun, and then you've got the Sagittarius full moon. So Uranus is at 2 degrees and the sun and moon are at 9, and the nodes. But just remember, we do have some important things coming up. June 12th, we will have the exact mutable T-square, Uranus squaring the Pisces North Node and Virgo South Node. And so this is I'm going to do a whole video on this. This is a powerful energy and transit. And we got a lot coming up in June and July. You best get ready. So this full moon is really illuminating, right? It's completion. What's ending? And so a lot of what's ending in 9 degrees is Sagittarius degree. A lot of our wisdom, beliefs, and philosophies. This is the time, as it illuminates, for us to finally, and maybe some of you haven't done it yet. I've kind of already done it. We've done it saying goodbye to the matrix and the systems and the old structures and ways. But when you live in this world and this system, you can't help but fall into it from time to time. And that's normal and natural. So don't beat yourself up. This journey and this ascension from the 3D through the 4D to the 5D, there's going to be times where you're kind of just feeling stuck in the 4D. And the thing is, we can't yearn and look back for, the old structures and systems and world, especially in America, but in the entire world. It's crumbling, and you see it, you know it, you feel it, and it has to. It's not an accident. It's intentional. It's cosmic. It's soul. It's everything. This is where we're at. But how are we going to move forward with the positive intention? And what new beliefs and philosophies are we going to bring? We're going to bring in that we are already enough. We're going to bring in that we're not holding on to pains and traumas from childhood, that we have forgiven. Doesn't mean you forget, but we have forgiven. We're not holding on to relying and outsourcing, looking for somebody in the sky to come save us, or a president or government or leaders to come save us. The kingdom of God is within, right? Yeshua told us very clearly. And it's time for us to be very intentional. And you think about the Sagittarius full moon, it can be very preachy, teachy, the professor, dogmatic. But when you look, and you'll see in the chart, this full moon, the ruler of this moon, Jupiter, is in Cancer in a loose conjunction to Venus, and that's Jupiter. So there's still this emotional intelligence. What is old will be new again, coming back home to your roots and your ancestors, realizing that just because your loved ones die, that doesn't mean that they're not with you still. I'm fortunate to feel my mom with me every day. You know what I mean? And it's a gift and a true honor. But we have to realize how thin the veil is. And we have to continue the good work of gratitude, honoring God, source, creator energy, but also honoring ourselves, right? We need that equal love and balance with the divine feminine and the divine masculine, and holding space for one another to continue to soar, mature, and grow on this earthly experience and plane. We have Mars at 9 degrees in Taurus and in conjunction, a quincunx to the Sagittarius full moon. Both are speaking about our finances. Okay. But one thing that I do know with the ruler of this moon, Jupiter, being in a conjunction to Venus, it's good to come back home to your roots, to your ancestors, to know that, we we are the OG original Americas. America's the old world, all of it, right? And so we need to embrace that, and we need to walk into truth, seeking the truth. That's Sagittarius, the arrow. It's shooting its arrow, its bullseye on a path, a destination, on expansion. How can we continue every day to expand our minds, gain new wisdom and knowledge, and to really embrace that knowledge is love? Mm-hmm. So we'll get to the chart. We'll talk some more about it. You guys look at your Sagittarius house in your chart. For me, it's the 2nd, her the 8th. And we'll be talking about the Sagittarius full moon. Let's see who's here.
Okay, so we've had Jackie Washington.
Jackie Washington's in the house.
Yes, and we have Really Unique Souls.
Oh,
I think she's new.
Hi, Really Unique Souls. How are you?
And she said that her daughter is born at 17. And are you saying she's 17 today, May 25th?
Oh, wow.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
And then let's see, Jackie said, I'm a Cancer rising and Gemini moon.
Oh, Cancer rising. I thought you were the Virgo rising. You're the Virgo sun. That's what it is, Jackie. Sorry. Well, he's a Virgo rising. Yeah.
Jackie asked, did I email the career reading strike link to you? Yes, I did.
Oh, she did get it? You booked it?
I sent it to her. I never heard back. And no, wait. I need to check and see. I did send an invoice to someone. I thought I was sending it
to your friend's email.
To your friend. Yeah, I was sending it to somebody's email, and it was for a
well, if she didn't
meeting.
get it, Jackie, let us know,
Yeah,
and then you can
I'll
resend
check
it
again.
and resend it. Yeah, for the career.
It's been quite some time.
It's been 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think she sent. I remember when we were talking about it, she was doing it that day. So just double check.
Yeah, I'll have to. You know what? I'll have to look at my computer and go.
Did your friend say she didn't receive it?
She must not have, but I mean, it's an invoice. So if she chose not to pay it, it just sits there unpaid. It's not.
Okay.
You know.
So yeah, we'll figure that out so she can do that and we can get you scheduled. Okay. So we do the career reading.
Watkins.
Hey, Watkins.
Welcome back. She said, so let me see. Watkins says, I hope all is well.
Yes,
Sagittarius is my 12th house.
Okay.
I also have a Sagittarius sun, actual son, daughter, and Sagittarius moon boyfriend. So, and when you say Sagittarius sun, meaning sun, the planet, not sun, like son and daughter, because then she goes in and talks about her daughter.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought her. Okay, so but he's a Sag moon, but he's a Gemini sun. I remember that from last episode.
Yeah.
So that's okay. The boyfriend. Okay. All right. So that full moon is coming up in your 12th house.
Soul said her daughter is 18. Her daughter's 18 in December.
Oh,
and she's a Sag.
Okay.
And then Jackie said, "Thank you. Will do."
Okay.
And I will actually look it up and see.
That's really awesome. Yeah. Today is
it's hot.
Really? It's cool.
It's hot to me. I'm like,
well, you could put the fan on you. You're having a personal summer.
No, well, it's hot up in here.
Oh, no, the air's on.
Don't talk about my womanly.
I'm not. I'm trying to support you.
That's right.
Your womanly stuff. I said, put on the fan and this and that. So, but today is our son William's birthday. He's 17 today, and she made some amazing French toast this morning, and we're gonna have a big birthday dinner tomorrow evening.
I baked my French toast, and this time I did it a little bit different. I used lemon curd and fresh blueberries and sour cream, and I assembled it last night, had it soaking up all the goodness. Then I got up early, stumbled to the kitchen, turned on the oven, I baked it for an hour in the oven, and then took the top off and stuff. And don't you know, because the reason why I did this is because the boys told me they wanted to get up to go fishing early. So, I had to support the fishermen. And then the kids, they wouldn't even they wanted to go up, and then they wouldn't even eat the food. They were like, no, we'll have to eat it later, Mom. We've got to get fishing. I was like, okay.
This is the 12-year-olds.
But at least you're not on the iPad. That I'll be okay with.
So we were glad that the new thing is fishing and e-bikes. So this is, our soon-to-be 8th graders. It's really fascinating to see them grow and mature. And soon their voices will be changing. And that's going to be the last of it. We'll have no more baby voices in the house.
Yes. And so Phoenix is here with us.
What up, Phoenix? How are you?
And Watkins Cat House, she said, yes, you were correct about the boyfriend. And Jackie Washington said, my Sag in 6th house, my mom and dad, Sag sons.
Oh, wow.
And so that's interesting.
That
Two
is
Sages
interesting.
in the same. Two Sages
in the same house.
In the same house.
That's a lot of fun and adventure and a lot of teaching, preaching, and that's interesting. Now, did you notice, this is an interesting question, did you notice the big difference of the Sag man and the Sag woman? Because that's the thing that's interesting about each sun sign. The men and women can be similar, and then some, they're like really different. Like Pisces, men and women, very different. Virgo and Gemini ladies, more tomboys, and they're tough as nails. They can be tougher than the guys. Trying to think, what's Capricorn and men and women can be similar. They're always going to be, high achieving and looking for the success and stuff like that. But so let's talk some more about the Sagittarius full moon. Okay. Like I said, today is the birthday boy. We have this grand air trine with this Libra moon, Pluto, and the Gemini sun and Uranus. Now, with this, and we'll get to the chart in a bit, with this
I'm sorry.
You're struggling.
I am. Did you guys hear that?
Just
could
pick
you
one.
guys hear the no? Because
yeah, they could hear.
are you sure they could hear it?
Oh my God!
Could you guys hear?
You know what's so funny? She'll be yelling and screaming in the hallway, and you can hear it here on the computer and the replay.
I just don't think you do.
And she never thinks you can hear it. But meanwhile, if you go through some of my old videos, all you could do and hear as I'm talking is children yelling, talking, her yelling, talking. So for some reason, she doesn't think she's loud.
Kids in my house.
She doesn't think she's loud.
What happens in the hallway stays in the hallway.
Not when it gets on record. It doesn't. It gets recorded for the world. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. So wait, Watkins wished him a happy birthday.
Thank you.
And then Suzanne Alvarado is here, and it's her birthday too.
Oh, happy birthday!
Happy
Susan.
birthday! And she said happy birthday to our son. And she has a Leo moon and a Sagittarius in her first house, 12th house, and North Node. In my first house, 12th house. So your Sagittarius is in both houses.
Well, you're looking at the Placidus. Yeah, try looking at the whole sign.
No, just we don't do that here.
What's your Sagittarius? What else?
No.
So here's me and the truth. Okay. You can see it today.
Here, let me.
Yeah. The light.
I know it's kind of hard to get it.
Yeah. But that was us today. So yeah, I'm excited. It's really cool. So one thing that you have to know about the Sagittarius full moon, what is Sagittarius energy? It's the teacher, preacher, professor. It's the guru, shaman. It's ruled by Jupiter. It's expansion, abundance, right? And Sagittarius also gets into the freedom and adventure. It's biology and finance. Now, it's kind of loosely opposing Uranus. Uranus is a little bit a ways. But what Uranus could represent in this is that there could be some little unpredictable or unexpected or chaotic events that play out. But overall, this moon is beneficial. So remember, with full moons, we're putting out our crystals, our moon water. So I would do that on the night of the 30th because the full moon is early in the morning. So do that on the 30th, which is next Saturday night. Okay. And hopefully tonight after this show, you guys are watching my New York Knicks spank the Cleveland Cavaliers and return to the NBA Finals. Yes, baby. I'm hyped. Knicks going to sweep them. Even if we don't win, we're going to win in 5 in New York. But I'm telling you, we're going to the NBA Finals and bring on the Thunder or the Spurs. Ooh, it's going to get kind of wild. If we win, I may have to fly home for the parade. You know what I'm saying? I've waited my entire life for this. She gets it. She understands.
I do.
I grew up in the Garden, right? My father had season tickets to the Knicks before they even went to 33rd Street, in the old Garden. Let me tell you, oh my God. Anyway, so there's just a lot about releasing, right? What are you letting go of this full moon? What's complete? Have you realized that your beliefs, they don't serve you anymore? It's hard, right? I think the hardest thing, as I always say, and I say this in my relationship coaching program, right? We need to unlearn that subconscious programming does not serve you. If you can keep 10, 15, 20% of what your parents, siblings, elders, TV shows, movies, films, magazines, education, school system, high school, elementary, college, if you can keep 10 to 15% of that, you're fortunate. Because what we're realizing is that we've been lied to about everything. the food pyramid, the school system, the Rockefeller school system, the money, the taxes, the straw man, our birth certificates. We've been lied to about everything, right? You don't even, do you guys know your name is being traded on the stock market? Do you know that you work for the Queen of England? I mean, this is what some of the stuff is going on right now behind the scenes that some people theorize, right, about the white hats and, oh, the Republic and this and that. I hope it's true. It's hard to fathom or to believe it or to trust, what's going on down there in DC. But on a deeper spiritual level, I would love for them to, eliminate and get rid of the old, systems and the corporation of America. It's a corporation, it's a business. And so we'll see how this plays out. But this moon is about our freedom. This moon is about expanding past the 3D so we can really continue our ascension. What also you have to have new consciousness, new thoughts, and new beliefs is accepting the fact that, like my man Michael said, you are not alone, right?
Aw,
They've always
thank you.
been here. The aliens are here, but they're not up there. They're down here and beyond the ice wall.
So Jackie is saying, can you explain again for the people who are new why whole sign?
So, yeah, thank you, Jackie. And so there's nothing wrong with Placidus. There's nothing wrong with equal house. I'm a Western tropical astrologer. I use the whole sign system. It is more ancient, and I feel it's a little bit more accurate. You'll never hear me talk bad about any other astrologer, and even the sidereal Vedic, right? They're just tools to get to the truth. But what happens is, my pet peeve with the Placidus is that sometimes you'll have two signs, Sagittarius, and two houses. And so then what sign are you taking out? And they call it interceptions, that it's hard for you to access that energy. Well, that's hogwash, because the moon goes through all 12 signs and all 12 houses in a month, right? Definitely go to BigEAstro.com. You should consider booking my moon tracking service to learn about your moon hitting each one of your signs, houses, and your personal planets in a month. This helps with your body, your health, your intuition, your emotional mind, your reactions, your responses, the family you create, also tu madre, your mother. The moon tracking service is very transformative. But the whole sign system, they had Project Hindsight. Robert Hand and other astrologers were translating a lot of the ancient texts and tablets from Mesopotamia, Babylonia, from the Library of Alexandria, and the ancient astrologers were using the whole sign system. We have ancient timing techniques like annual perfections, and for example, the first house is 0, 12, 24, 36, 48, 60 years old, right? Intervals of 12 going all up to 120. But they felt that the aliens fused our telomeres, taking us from 12-strand to 2-strand DNA. So 120 is our max now, without all the chemicals and poisons that you could probably live to. But that's part of our ascension, so that we may be able to, our children or our grandchildren, live longer than 120 years, right? And that is what science, always catching up to spirituality, calls junk DNA. It's not junk, it's just laying dormant. It just needs to be awakened. And that's part of getting the light codes from the sun, increasing your spiritual practice and discipline so that you can step into the higher version of yourself and really ascend to the fifth dimension, right? This is all love, the fifth dimension. And so this is a fifth dimensional podcast and program. Knowledge is Love Astrology Podcast, right? My heart chakra has really always been open, and it's been open for a long time, and I know that love is the key and answer. E Complete has put it in different songs, way back from my first album. So, it feels like the world and the universe and everything is just catching up to a brother now, 25, 30 years later, but I'm glad that it's happening now. And, we just need to all realize that when we stay in the four highest frequencies, authenticity, number one by far, love, gratitude and joy, we're honoring God source creator. We're honoring our parents, our ancestors. We're honoring ourselves on other parallel dimensions and timelines, but also on a soul level. And that's what's really important. So use this time with this full moon, with Pluto retrograde, to really transmute out the pain and traumas from childhood, forgiving people that have wronged you. And I don't care if it's rape, date rape, abuse, physical, emotional, sexual, abandonment, whatever it is, you gotta let it go. It is really causing havoc emotionally. Imagine if you could see through your body, you're seeing the trauma like leeches or like parasites latch onto your different organs, and it doesn't serve you. Okay.
So we have Denise Joe here.
Hey Denise,
Hi
how
Denise,
are you?
how are you? She is also wished William a happy birthday.
Yes.
And she said, let's go next.
Let's go next,
And
Denise
she's
Joe.
saying hello to everybody in the
Let's
chat.
go. 17 years old.
Raw Intuition is
Hey,
here.
Ra.
And she says her midheaven is in the 10th. Is 10 degrees Sag.
10 degrees Sag. Okay, right by this full moon.
And let me see.
Something's happening with that career.
Suzanne thanked us, or Susan. I'm sorry. I might be saying that wrong. I'm so sorry. Susan. I keep wanting to like do the Susanna because of the Alvarado. Anyways, so hello. Sorry, I messed up your name. I mess up everybody's names. It's just something I do.
It's a right to passage.
It's a right to passage. If I have messed up your name and I'm still smiling and giving you love, that means you're one of my people.
It's a Pisces Mercury thing. Okay.
Anyways, let's see. Teresa's here.
Hi, Teresa.
Hello, dear. How
Teresa,
are you?
our baby's birthday's today.
Yes.
17. She's not a baby no more.
I know. Gosh.
It's something else. You know, and
Yeah.
you know what's so funny, you guys? Our home, we signed the lease, you know, for the contract.
It wasn't a lease.
I'm sorry, we signed the contract, right, for the home on his birthday, May 25th, 2011.
Yes, we did.
And then we moved out here June 30th, and we moved in July 14th, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
To get everything ready and this and that, and all of our stuff was coming across country. So we were in a hotel for a little bit and had fun with me and her and William and Elijah and my mother, and we had a good time in that hotel. and then we finally moved in. So yeah, it was before the Taylor
it's
twins.
like, oh my gosh, like the changes we have gone through since moving here, it's
a lot.
It's a lot. It's almost like, oh my gosh. Sometimes my head just spins thinking about it. And I just think, wow, like, I guess we were supposed to do all of this.
Yeah. Doesn't mean it was easy.
Oh, it was not.
And that's what I know is really important for you guys to capture right now in this moment with this Sagittarius full moon. Take stock in where you've been and expand your mind and your heart to where you are going and where you desire to go. We have to realize we are co-creating our universe, each choice, each moment, each word, right? Universal law, also Bible, Torah, Quran, the word is life. And unfortunately, English, which we're trapped in this matrix with, this low vibrational language, it is very limiting. That's why you have to be careful, because it's spelling. You're casting spells. So this is why we say grand rising. You're not mourning anything. Nobody died last night. And if they did, RIP, nothing but love and peace. But we need to stop saying those words. Words do matter.
So Ra, I'm going to read, I haven't read her, but Ra is saying a lot of things. She says, I read intersections and I have an interception. I definitely access the energy of all the interceptions that tell very important story about ego's perspective. I use Placidus, whole sign, and Vedic.
Yeah. And that's a great combo, Ra. You know, and I think,
and she just says she appreciates your perspective.
yeah, no, and that's why I don't talk bad about astrologers use Placidus, because it's another tool to get to the truth, and they all work. So just like how you use those three, I use the whole sign system, Western tropical astrology, evolutionary astrology, and also Vedic. You know, because that's what happens, you guys. Astrologers find their toolbox and what works for them to get to the truth for a client in a reading. I'm a Virgo, Scorpio rising, Capricorn moon. All I want to do is get to the truth for you. You know, but I will just say this: the thing that I have, the issue rather that I have with the Placidus is if you don't have, like, I'm Scorpio rising. So in my Placidus, it goes Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn, Pisces. It skips Aquarius, Leo. Now, I'm looking forward to this Jupiter Leo transit that I'll be talking about at Coffee Talk on June 6th, 12 p.m. Eastern, 2 hours, $25 for all 12 rising signs. That's going to be in my 10th house. I'm very excited. That Leo South Node, July 27th for 18 months. I'm looking forward to that because I had enough of it in Virgo, you know. But when Saturn was in Aquarius in my 4th house, even though in Placidus I don't have it, I definitely felt it, right? The 4th house, to give you guys an example, in transit is where you can, it's the end of your mother's life. Saturn was there. And Saturn in the 4th house was the end of my mom's life. It also brought issues to my roof. Now, Placidus, I don't have Aquarius, but I had those experiences and felt them. And I see that in the whole sign. Just like in my mother's chart, the 12th house is the end of your own life, you guys, in transit. My mother had Saturn in Aquarius in the 12th house, and she literally passed away in the hospital. So I always use that as an example, just in looking at transits, to give you guys that, you know, perspective. But the problem that I have sometimes is that, you know, when you do the interceptions or you're looking at the Placidus based on the degrees, it can kind of skew or throw off the aspects, right? Like a trine is from the 1st house to the 5th to the 9th, you know? And so if someone is, let's say, the Gemini rising, and they're dealing with this grand water trine today, right? That Aquarius in the 9th is the Pluto, the Sun and Uranus on the ascendant, and the Libra moon in the 5th. That's the grand air trine today. Now, what if somebody's looking at Placidus and they're Gemini rising, they say they're Libras in the 4th house? The 1st to the 4th house is not a trine. That's a square. That would be Gemini to Virgo. So that's my challenge or my question that the issue that I have. But we're not here to talk about all that because it all works and you can get to the truth. That's just my little, Virgo pet peeve that I'm like, it's not following the rules of the aspects directly all the time, And I guess, I've heard Placidus astrologers say, well, you got to actually count it by the degrees. Don't look at the sign or house. So, hey. But we're going to get to the chart. And one thing that I want you to consider as you maybe journal, put out your crystals in your moon water, think about what new wisdom or knowledge, beliefs, or higher consciousness are you stepping into on Sunday, May 31st, that you're ready to embrace, to expand, to grow, to really seek a higher truth and more freedom and adventure in your life? Are you starting your own business, your own career? I do career and business birth charts. Are you ready to step into a new meditation practice? Are you ready to move and travel abroad? This one wants to go. She's ready to go tomorrow. She's a Sag moon. There you go. But where are you ready to expand to new beliefs, wisdom, knowledge, or philosophies? Yes, okay. And so, this ruler of the moon, Jupiter, being conjunct Venus, is very favorable, especially for us coming back home to our roots and ancestors. Mama and them, Big Mama's house, grandma, right? A lot of us cherish our grandmothers because we know that wisdom and knowledge. She talks about her grandmother all the time. I talk about my grandma. You know what I mean? Like you can't help it. And so just think about different things that they taught you and told you. And if you were even honored to meet or know your great grandmother, oof, that's awesome. You know? So we're going to bring up this chart. Does anybody have anything in Sagittarius, like Ra, the midheaven, and other people, Sagittarius suns, but let's just say between 4 and 14 degrees. So 5 degrees on either side, right? You'll really feel it. Anything, even in the mutable signs, Gemini, Sag, Virgo, Pisces. Now, remember I told you it's very loose, right? The Pisces North Node and Virgo South Node are at 3 degrees for this full moon. They're currently at 4 now, but even though it's a 6-degree orb, it's the nodes and it's the sun and moon. I think we're going to feel it. I think there will be this full moon. Notice Friday's news drop and Monday morning, June 1st, what's happening. You will definitely hear some things on the world stage about oil and gas, Pisces, things about fertilizer and food, nutrition, Virgo, right? Dealing with this Sagittarius, or Strait of Hormuz, the Sagittarius full moon is trining Saturn in Aries. So the moon in a mundane chart is us, the people. Okay. And so what restrictions may be lifted as they're talking about coming to a deal that can definitely benefit us, and maybe not right away. And it may take the full 6 months of the Sagittarius new moon in December for the gas prices to come back down, the natural resources to come back down. But just pay attention to that, because even at Mars, quincunx at 9 degrees in Taurus to the Sag full moon, that there's things about our resources and about our finances and the stock market. They've already put the blockchain on there. Go do the research yourself. The blockchain is now officially on the stock market. The Fed now may start July 4th. You know, we got the Mars conjunct Uranus on July 4th. July is an explosive month in the astrology. I'll be getting you guys ready for it. We'll be talking about it, but it's gonna get hot, Lucy.
So Babs just got her passport and she is so ready. Girl, I'm ready too.
We got to get our passports.
We got to get our passports. Yeah. I'm like, let's do it.
Babs, where you want to go?
Wow.
You want to go to Costa Rica with us, Babs? But this is the thing I tell Americans. Always remember, in terms of this global game, the board game Risk, all the leaders of the world are talking and in situations together. It's not like Costa Rica or Portugal or Peru is that much safer than America. You may not have your food and water poisoned and stuff, but what if this country decides to come there and just,
I mean,
so I'm just saying it's all perspective. It's all relative. So we have to move with our hearts and our souls and what makes you feel good. Okay. But I will tell you this, things are going to get better. You may hear soon about the astrologer. Everybody's been talking about it. I think his name was Barbary, the basket. July, I don't know, Ra, if you know this date, July 12th or 16th, we have this Jupiter in Leo, 4 degrees. Uranus in Gemini, 4 degrees. Pluto Aquarius, 4 degrees. Neptune Aries, 4 degrees. 4 is about building and innovating. This is a new foundational moment and experience with Jupiter, Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto. It's basically forming an opposition, a trine, and a sextile, and a basket. So This is going to be a powerful time. And it's going to be a huge system and foundational change, which may just be the power grid going out and changing the whole financial system. But it may be all to our benefit. Everything is really for our highest and greatest good. And that's what you have to think about and focus on. Everything happens for you. Nothing happens to you. We are not victims in the 3D or 5D. Choose the timeline of safety, love, and that everything that goes down is for your highest and greatest good. So let's get to the chart. Or you want to read any more questions or comments?
Let me see.
And we're going to look at this Sagittarius full moon, y'all.
So Babs got her passport. Watkins, her
Where you
Uranus
going,
is
Babs?
in Sagittarius 14
Okay.
degrees.
Ooh.
Then we have House of Toa.
House of Toa.
Yes.
I remember that name.
Yes, we do.
Because that made me be the smooth flower.
Yeah.
Talking to Noah. Yeah. How you doing, House of Toa? Welcome back.
She says her Sag has 5 planets in its face fuchsia. Oh, it has like the big face, whatever.
Okay.
Anyways,
you got that big stallion, huh?
Babs is going to Costa Rica work. She says Costa Rica works. She also wants to go to Greece.
Yeah.
There's so many places I want to go.
Yeah, we just want to travel.
Just pick whatever. And then we have Guinea Bee is with us.
Giddy Bee?
Yes.
Giddy Bee. It's been a while. I remember though. How you doing?
He kind of changed his name a little bit. It's City Lord, Guinea Bee. And then it says peace to us, also to the Queen. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's full moon through transit.
Happy Memorial Day.
Natal sun.
Oh, it's Sag moon conjunct your sun.
Mercury, Neptune.
So for anybody that is a Sag sun, please remember when this full moon comes next weekend, it comes in, on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You will really activate this full moon if you're a Sag sun by fasting, no drugs, no sex, no alcohol, no cursing, okay, no meat, fruits and veggies, Celtic sea salt in the water. Like really, really tap into that. Like if you do it even for 48 hours, but definitely for this full moon, you're going to see the abundance, okay? That's going to be nice. You're going to feel good. That's what's most important. But definitely put out the water and the moon water and the crystals. You can use a glass jar or a blue glass jar.
Blue is going to be the best color, so they say, because you actually are infusing that blue energy into your water.
Ugh.
And the big Ho'oponopono movement quite a few years ago kind of put that really into the collective mindset.
Well, it makes sense. We know those blue roofs were safe in tragic times.
And so it's actually very good for you. We've done that. But any kind of water being left out is going to be good.
In glass.
Yes, in glass. Yes, definitely. I'll even get index cards or Post-it and write some affirmations or write some positive words and tape it to the jar to infuse that energy into the water.
Yeah.
And I'll even have the kids. I've had the kids at different times write different things, and I'll infuse them on different jars. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, let's see. Jackie's talking about she wants to go to Costa Rica, Portuguese, and Panama are her favorite.
Okay, Portugal.
Sounds really good.
Panama.
I've heard Panama is really beautiful.
Yeah.
There's so many places I want to go.
All right, let's check out the Sag chart.
Yes. Do you want me to quickly just go through and get
sorry. Go ahead.
So
finish.
we have House of Tob is saying and then Ra is saying Leo and Aquarius being seen as not ruling a house are seen floating in your chart is unbalanced. So you have to put a lot of work into balancing being part of the collective and being the star.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get the concept of interceptions. I just don't resonate with it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I definitely have activated that Leo 10th house because I did radio, television, film, and theater, Screen Actors Guild, movies, stuff like that. And yeah, I was definitely the star. The stars shouted me out like I was the star. So that was actually kind of cool. You know?
Gibby B has wished me a happy birthday. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's
I
her
do
birthday
consider
because
it a birthday for me.
she
It's
gave
so
birth.
funny. They
Yeah.
call this Memorial Day, but for people around me, I'm like, no, it's Labor Day.
Yep.
It was Labor Day. No, it's Labor Day.
It's Labor
And
Day. And this is only the second time that he's had it back on Memorial Day. You know, he was, back.
And thank you for your compliment.
Yeah,
And
it was really.
I appreciate it. And then Denise said, I would totally meet up with you in Costa Rica. You know what we have?
Yeah.
Okay, so
we are planning a retreat.
There's so much that we want to do, and I think the first retreat that
will
we
be
do
here,
will be here
Scottsdale,
in Arizona,
Sedona. Yeah,
because we've got some really great people with really great resources here.
Yeah.
And if you choose to come here, we're beginning to formulate really wonderful retreat with scalar technology and crown opening acupuncture.
Yes.
And I just met a person who does, well, they forest on the East Coast, but they turn their mushrooms into tinctures, and they're up in Sedona. So I would want to go up to Sedona, and we know some different people up there, and kind of maybe incorporate some things that we know up there into the trip.
Yeah. It's gonna be,
you know, we just so we'd probably start here first.
Yeah.
But then
but once we get the first one in our bag,
Costa Rica would be the next
we'll be
thing.
We'll be branching out.
Thinking, although Jamaica could be nice too. Jamaica would be more expensive than Costa Rica. Yeah. It's a different kind of feel.
But we do have some connections down there with Paula Herlock. Yeah.
Yes, and Paula. And then there's some other people down there as well.
Yeah.
And but yeah, so you know, we've spoken to Paula specifically about it.
Yeah. She's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Go watch that episode. You know, if you guys ever want to just look, you can search in a thing. And you can type the name of a guest that I've had on my podcast, like Debbie Solaris, like Paula Herlock, like Joseph Octaviani, Life the Plant Way. And you can type it in the YouTube search and just type their name and then put on BigEAstrology. And the podcast episode will pop right up. It's really easy to search. Even if you just wanted to, like, you know, you don't feel like going through my whole playlist, you could just type Venus and Cancer, BigEAstrology, and that video will pop up, and then you could watch it. You know what I mean? So really good. So let's click on the thing. We're going to bring up the chart so you guys can see the chart from May 31st, Sagittarius full moon. And I think it's going to be nice and big.
Oh, wait, let me go like, I think for them it's bigger. Yeah.
Okay.
It's full size for them.
Okay.
And let me see.
That's good.
Okay.
We'll make it work.
All right.
Maybe
you know what? Here, let me go like this. Oh no, that didn't do it.
No,
that did not do it. I'm not sure why. Here, I wonder if I can. No, I can't pull it out. Oh wait, let's see if I do it like this. Maybe. Let's try something else. No, that didn't do it. I thought that was going to make it smaller. Okay.
So we're hoping that you guys can see.
They can see it. They see it good. We just don't. But he needs to be able to see it. That's the problem.
Well, no, I know it by heart, but.
Oh, there you go. He needed to move the mouse.
Well, no, I just double tap, but that didn't really.
Does anybody have a Mac computer? I really hate Mac's mice.
Mouse.
Well, it's multiple. I don't hate just one of the mice. I hate one of the mouse. I hate all the mice.
Okay. So this Sagittarius full moon, you know. So
don't trick me. It's plural.
Yeah.
Every last one.
Okay. So anyway, you gotta love her. You just have to love her.
Thank you.
So the Sag full moon, right? You see the full moon, 9 degrees. The Gemini sun is opposing it. And you know, what's really powerful though is the ruler, right? Jupiter, conjunct Venus and Cancer, right? That's the ruler of the full moon, the ruling planet. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, just like Pisces is. So that's nice. And that's why I was talking about the roots and ancestors. Okay. But don't forget this Mars in Taurus, run Forest, run Forest, run at 9 degrees. And remember, Mars is what? Debilitated in Taurus. Okay. And so this can really bring some frustration around our money, our food, our resources, right? The inconjunction that can be, the quincunx can be kind of challenging. There's a, indifference. But I think that one thing that we've got to realize is that Jupiter being conjunct Venus, whatever happens financially is still going to be for our highest and greatest good. Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. We've got some tough days and times ahead. The slow walk and crawl to 2030 with all that they want to do on the negative, we've got to kind of circumvent that and do not consent and do not agree to it, so that we are focused on this ascension. And 2027 with Jupiter and Leo for half the year, that we're vibrating and moving into the human design prophecy as the collective, vibrating from our heart chakra and leaving the solar plexus. So, that's part of the story. And I want you guys to realize that, as I talked about the whole thing on July, I think it's 16th, Jupiter, Leo, 4 degrees, Uranus, Gemini, 4 degrees, Pluto, Aquarius, 4 degrees, and Neptune, Aries, 4 degrees. Okay. So, the Jupiter and Leo is opposing the Pluto and Aquarius. Okay. But as we wind down Jupiter in Cancer, where it's exalted for this full moon, it's really having us honor our homes, our roots, our ancestors, right? If your family's from Ireland, right, honor that. Maybe learn about the Irish tea leaves, right? Learn about your, the lineage of whether it's Cherokee or just the copper-colored melanated people here in the Americas, right? You have to know that you're indigenous to this land, okay? We're starting to realize and learn that the Americas is the old land, right? And so, Judah and Utah, the Grand Canyon, right? The ancient artifacts in there, it's because there's more, just so if you're aware, in the Americas. And that's how this land really is. It's not just North America. It's the Americas, Central, South America, right? It's all of it. And so all the pyramids here, they're more than there are in Africa, right? Which is really Ethiopia, Kush. Okay, Asia Major, Asia Minor. We have to start to look at these old maps and realize, even Antarctica. But Tamerica, right? That's America, right? Tiamat, people talk about different names. This is the old world. But what we're talking about, though, is this Pisces North Node and Virgo South Node. And it's at 3 degrees, but just remember, you may still feel it around this full moon. So remember I told you Friday news drop, Monday morning, June 1st. Just pay attention to that. But for yourself, especially Sagittarius suns, do some intermittent fasting. Do some smoothies. Do some salads. Don't eat any meat, right? Stay away from the drugs, sex, alcohol, and cursing. See how you feel for that 48 hours. If you need to, you return to it back June 1st, right? But the moon will be with us on Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday too. So you're going to have this Sag moon, right, all day on Sunday, and it won't wrap up till probably end of Monday night. It just barely starts at Saturday. So we're dealing with this Libra Scorpio moon week energy, okay? So the Libra moon today, Monday, right? We have it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Scorpio moon coming in late Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then Sag moon, right? Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Okay, 2.5 days, 60 hours. But overall, this chart, you guys, is pretty supportive. The ruler, like I said, being exalted in Cancer. This is also to increase your emotional intelligence at this time, right? believe when someone shows you who they are with this old adage, right? Believe them. But it's the same thing with leaders and governments. Believe them, you know? And I really just want to focus on the positive. It's not about bashing anybody or anything, but we just all know, we can all agree that the old systems and structures have not served everybody. It served a few, but it didn't serve the whole collective. And so we also need to step into an equal connection and balance of the divine feminine, divine masculine. We need to, you know, tap into that where we're not just focused on the patriarchal system, right? The matriarchy is equal, right? And we need to honor the divine feminine. But the emotional intelligence is really powerful. And full moons, what happens? The parasites come out to play. So it's really good to do fasting to get them up and out, right? We can really get into, you know, the thing I can't really mention on here because they don't like to hear it, you know, but, you know, from trees, right? We can get certain things, but we can get into just parasite cleanses, okay? And stay healthy, you know? But one thing that's really beneficial is that Sagittarius is all about seeking the truth. Just like Scorpio. Scorpio's the truth speaker and it researches, investigates, and Sagittarius is the pontificator. It speaks and seeks the truth. It wants to expand its beliefs and philosophies. Right? You love learning new things, right? You're Sag Moon.
Absolutely.
And you love new adventures. Right?
I do.
Yeah. And so that's the energy of this full moon. Right? What's beyond the frontier? Somebody was breaking down the other day. I saw a video, cracked me up, but it made you think about it, right? Think about Star Trek. They were talking into their Apple Watch and FaceTime and this and that. Like it made me like, wow, we are there now. You know what I mean? We're not at the Jetsons with the flying cars yet, but we'll be there soon. But, you know, we've got to acknowledge where we're at, how we're growing, but how we're going to continue to soar and expand our minds and consciousness. And this may mean that Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, right? When they went into that restaurant or that bar, right? And you had humans sitting there talking to different aliens and different species. That could be our reality by 2030, where, you know, that's why they're doing this and talking about like, oh, the aliens, this and this and that or whatever, because they can't hide it anymore, right? And so you've got to realize and accept that you've been living amongst reptilians and grays. And, you know, for the most part, they have been on the malevolent, you know, more negative. But the aliens that may be revealing themselves to us, they're going to be more beneficial, right? More benefic, more positive, benevolent, right? So, you know, we got to embrace that. And whether it's coming up from the oceans or beyond the ice wall, who knows? But I'll tell you this, what I do know, Sedna, Uranus, this conjunction, right? And even the sun, Sedna and Ceres, goddess of harvest, is bringing up, she's a goddess of the oceans and the water. The story is that Sedna was falling off of a boat. Her father cut off her fingers, and that created the whales and dolphins and sharks and sea life. Right? A lot of people feel and theorize that we're really from the waters. Right? You have the firmament above and below, the oceans and the waters above. That's Uranus, higher consciousness. Aquarius, the fixed air sign, is the water bearer. What water is he pouring out? He's pouring out the waters from above, higher consciousness. Okay? So, you know, this is, and what I love about that sextile, right? The Sag moon is still kind of sextiling Pluto and Aquarius. And so the wisdom you gain from Sagittarius season, you're going to pour out and teach in Aquarius season. It's, all the sextiles are great, but Sag Aquarius is a very powerful sextile. Okay. So this is the chart. we got this full moon energy. It's really mainly positive. There could be some karmic endings to our beliefs and our financial system. But you know what? Embrace it. Definitely, as I tell you, have your rice, your beans, your canned fruits, canned veggies, flashlights, candles, if you can afford it, generator. But we have to be prepared for anything. And I think, and part of being prepared, a good Virgo Boy Scout and Girl Scouts, is that, that takes away stress and fear and anxiety. We have to just stay in that love vibration and frequency. And part of the love is the knowledge that I'm sharing with you. And part of the love is being prepared, for whatever, for your family. Love is intentional. Love is action. Love initiates. Love is not just passive and chilling, right? Love's a verb too, right? It takes action and initiates. So remember, 3 feet from your heart, the electromagnetic energy from your heart beats out 3 feet around you. Your aura is 6 feet. Okay? So just think about that. People can feel the love emoting from you. And I hope you can feel it through the screen, because I love all of you guys. So Sagittarius full moon, it's time to expand. It's time to walk into your freedom and new adventures, to be brave and courageous. That trine to Saturn, right? It's also the emotional discipline. Think before you respond and react. That's what's going to serve you at this time. What are you building? Are you building new beliefs, new philosophies, new financial systems, new biology? Yeah. And please, you guys, be careful, with these different peptides and medicines. I'm not judging or criticizing anybody, whatever, but let's just take care of our health and do the best we can. And be careful when you try new things that have not been studied and researched. You got to also be disciplined with what you eat. Eat the fruits and veggies, right? Stay away from the things in the plastics and the containers and the starches and the processed food.
Mm-hmm.
That's what is really destroying our gut health and affects our brain. Right? We should be, and it's so funny, you need to eat less when you spend more time outside in nature and the sun and you tap into the Schumann resonance. You need less food. Think about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to get started with the fasts, but once you get going in them, they're actually not that hard. And the last good fast that I did it for 16 days. I did just the lemon water with the maple syrup and whatnot. But I mean, I was doing some serious hiking
so light
through the whole thing. I felt so good. We just came off of a shorter fast. I only did like 4 or 5 days.
And I did like 6 or 7. But we're going to bring it back. I think June.
But yeah, I think we're going to be getting back
start
into
off June
it. So
and get it
maybe
right.
what we do is we let them know
for the tribe.
Can all start together.
Yeah. And maybe
if they're open.
If you guys, especially tribe members,
people more than just the tribe.
Yeah, no, but we may start it on maybe we start June 1st or June 5th, probably June 5th, but that Friday. But that's the next tribe meeting. But I'm gonna end sharing the chart. Click that and go back to the thing. But this is the Sagittarius full moon, and I hope you guys are ready and you embrace it. And
let me see if they have any what's going on with the chat. We haven't been able to see the chat, so let's get back over there. Here, let me see.
Oh, wait.
Can I see?
Oh.
No.
Okay. Go ahead.
Thank you. He's a mice hoarder. This is that mouse. I hate this mouse by Apple. It sucks. Anyways. And if I'm talking about every single mouse that looks like that, would it be mice? I think so. I mean, you guys could tell me.
But you're talking about one.
Oh, yeah, but I'm talking about, let's see, I not only, we've had multiple of these. I hate them all.
It's because she has a laptop, and when she comes to help me on my computer, she always expands it, and then she doesn't know how to just double tap to bring it back.
No, but like you touch it wrong, and then all of a sudden your screen's gone.
No,
Anyway,
it's challenging. I don't love it either. Yeah.
Okay.
We need to go back to our Jupiter, Cancer roots and ancestors and use the old mouse where it has the buttons and you plug it in. That won't just automatically swipe screens. Yeah.
Can we start to have things that have cables attached to them? Okay. I understand it's supposed to be so fabulous to have all of this Bluetooth flying everywhere. They tricked us. It's not about that because it's frying our brains.
The EMF,
okay.
the new light bulbs.
Give us back some wires.
The LED. Bring us back the wires.
We want the wires. Anyways,
I want my iPod back. I want MySpace back. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So Ross said my Scorpio moon today asked if she could. My moon today asked if she could. The Astro Gold app today. I'm confused. Astro Gold app today. I want to make this look prettier, and I have no idea what you're saying, girlfriend.
Well, she's saying something about her Scorpio moon,
right?
and she wants to check out the app.
She could. The Astro app today and said I would make this look prettier and move the date to July 17th and said there. Smiley face, excited face.
Oh, on July.
I took it serious for sure.
Oh, are you saying for the basket thing? I don't know. I feel like it's July 16th. I can't remember the date exactly, but it's sometime in July. I know it's not July 4th with that Mars conjunct Uranus. That's going to be wow, Lucy. That's definitely interesting. I just released that video from Coffee Talk. Make sure you guys go watch that, leave a comment. And please always like, share, and subscribe. Everybody hit the like button and subscribe.
House of Toa, you're a guy. Yeah. Thank you. You know what it is, House of Toa? You got to hang out more. If you hang out more, I won't forget.
Yeah, House of Toa is a fella.
A guy. Because he said, it's cool. You always get me with the her. I had Cancer in my ascendant and in tune with my feminine energy, but I'm a guy. You know what? Amen for the men who are in tune with their feminine side, because I got one, and he's definitely a man.
Yep. And definitely masculine.
But he definitely has.
You know, I don't think any intelligent, high conscious man is threatened by honoring the feminine energy. I mean, you know, we came from our mothers, you know what I'm saying? I honor my mom every day. So to honor my queen, my wife, you know, she's the mother of my children. Like, come on. Like, you know, we move together as one, and that's where the power is. The power is in the family structure, and the power,
and that's just it. You know,
being, you know,
and I'm okay with taking the back seat to him at times, and he's okay with taking the back seat for me at times. You know, but I feel like so often a lot of these messages out there running around, it's like if a woman says she takes the back seat, everybody's like, oh my gosh, he's, you know, and they'll make it seem like somehow I'm belittling myself or whatever it is, you know, and that's not divine feminine, but oh God, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like we have too many people who are not that spiritual using the spiritual terminology
and messing up your head.
You know, it's too much. And I just did this with my hands. Don't think anything. That's nothing. I swear that was just an accident. Because you know, I did the whole little 666 thing. I was joking, man. It was like an absolute joke. I just did like this. And
gotta watch those symbols.
All of a sudden, somebody's gonna be like, she's part of the 33 Club. No, I'm not. It just was an accident. And I saw it. Like, oh my God.
But I will say this though.
Should I cover my eye?
You're so stupid.
I'm joking.
But you know what? Sigils. Sigils are really important, and you can create your own, you know, sigil magic or stuff like that.
Actually, I'm going to be putting together an exercise for your life coaching program.
But I think it's very important, you know, we have to realize that these are things that our ancestors used and did that can be really positive, whether it's for manifestation or just, your own type of branding, or, creating different things. But it's the same thing with the remedies. Castor oil, you can use it for so many amazing things, and our grandparents did, and this and that, and it's coming back up again. It helps you sleep better with your belly button. It helps for your skin at night when you sleep, like just so many different things. But now I'm realizing, I could use the castor oil and different things for different body aches or joint pain, So I think one thing that we've got to honor is that just because something's old or ancient doesn't mean that it's bad. For the most part, what's old and ancient is really what's good for us. A lot of the new things like Western medicine and the medical system, that's new. Right? They labeled and called women witches. They weren't witches. They were like literally herbalists and moms in kitchens and making stews and brews to heal the neighborhood and the village and the community. But what the heck is wrong with that?
But here's the thing. Anytime people were finding a way to be self-sufficient,
yes, and independent.
That's what it really was. I mean, we want to say like it was just the women, but I think it was because the women happened to do those things.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking away from women at this moment, but I'm going with a different thought. So hear me out. Anytime anyone was taking steps to be independent and pull away from the bigger system,
the Catholic Church, the
needs,
Roman government, anything.
They would get upset. In that particular case, it happened to be women. Women were then bringing it out to the entire collective group, But anyways, so City Lord, Guinea Bee, he said, "Ooh, you're a 7 of club and a 5 diamonds, Gemini." Okay, so was that?
My son?
Yeah. Is it
7
of club, 5 diamonds?
No. So I forgot his cards in cardology. I've been learning it. I'm an ace of diamonds. She's a queen of clubs.
See, even the cards recognize my queendom.
Yeah. I just learned some cards.
I'll tell you,
cardology
it's so
is amazing.
On, but it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. But I'm learning it, right? Quintella and I, we just been learning with the amazing Jazz Aphrodite. She is just amazing, the best. But let me tell you, we're gonna have Portia Cooper coming on towards the end of June, and she's gonna be breaking down USA 250th anniversary and breaking down USA's
that's
card.
Gonna be a good one, right?
She's gonna do the cardology.
I'm reaching out to all kinds of people right now. If you guys have people that you think we should feature on the podcast, please reach out and let us know, because we have people that we see and that we try and do. But again, this is about sharing knowledge, all types of knowledge with the collective. So somebody that's really spot on, tell him to reach out. Let us have a he'll have a conversation with him.
And I'm gonna try to get Bubba Lloyd back on.
Yes.
I was trying to get him to come to the tribe. We got to see if we can get him to come back on the podcast and talk about the palmistry, because I think it's really, really fascinating.
Watkins said that she said we're a good team. And she's glad she found us. We're glad you
found us too. And
thank you,
I thank you for
so
showing
glad
up.
For being here. I mean, yeah.
And
this is so cool.
I just hope and pray that your fiance, soon to be husband, is, I just got the ringing in my ear when I brought this up, is aligned with you.
That's a good thing.
And on the same vibration and frequency. That he's open to, learning about astrology and esoteric occult knowledge. And you guys, I don't have to preach it to you guys. You guys know, but this is in the Bible, the Torah, the Quran, emerald tablets, all the ancient books. Astrology is not a sin.
Just to back it up for a quick second, occult,
means hidden.
Yeah. When I had a mom who was into all kinds of stuff, so it wasn't ever that way for me. But when I would get out into bigger circles, i.e. Christian circles and these type of things, the word occult was almost synonymous with devil worshiping and darkness. And that's not what it is. So for anybody out there who hears this, That's not what this is. It's just something that was hidden, and especially with what we're seeing now and the ways that we're seeing how so much of what's really going on has been hidden from us. We have to start to question,
But even
are all the things hidden from us bad? I mean, obviously they seem to not be. It seems like
what's hidden is what we need.
Yeah. Anyway,
especially with health and herbs and crystals. Oh, I got the ringing again.
And then we have Queen D here.
Hey,
Not
Queen
Queen
D.
B, but
Queen
Queen
D.
D.
Hey,
Okay.
Queen D.
She said, get it straight.
How you
And she
doing?
also said that I was correct. She said that about 20 minutes ago.
But talking about the mouse and the mice.
And Amber is here with us.
Hi, Amber.
And she's been here before. I haven't seen her in a little bit, but thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming. Happy Memorial Day to all you guys. I did have 3 uncles that served and stuff like that, but I'm about, peace and love, not about war. I find it a hard holiday for veterans and memorial because we as a country, it's a lie, right? We don't really honor the veterans. We may talk about it, but we don't honor them with food, clothing, and shelter. So we need to kind of stop playing games. It's very hypocritical. And we have friends who have to deal with crazy stuff trying to go through the VA, and it's just too much.
It's a very weird dichotomy because we have these big holidays, Memorial Day, Labor Day, 4th of July, all these things. And I mean, I know Labor Day is meaning for the whole working force, but they do kind of make it about military too. And
it's veterans and Independence,
and they have Veterans Day, and whatever. But my point is, he's right. What are we really doing as a society? Because when we look out and we see homeless, you know how many of those homeless people are veterans?
Yeah.
So if we genuinely put our money where our mouth was, would they be on the street the way that they are?
Nope.
How many of these veterans come home and then they're just pumped full of drugs?
Yeah. What did Karis once say? How many veterans are out there peddling?
And that's not the way to help them, but don't get me started.
Yeah.
So Amber said she's proud of the stuff she's saying. And then she goes on to talk to us learned about this a couple of years ago. Everyone needs to understand food is medicine. Absolutely.
Thank you, Amber. Thank you.
Food is medicine. You're so correct.
You eat to live. You don't diet, you live it. And so, really making better choices. Listen, we get tired, we get lazy, but I always celebrate and honor when she takes the time to cut up those vegetables and make me a vegetable sandwich. I eat it almost like to honor the work that she put in it, the love. It's love. Like when she makes meals, you taste the love. And, it does take time. But guess what? Like, do you realize you spend more money eating out all the time and going to these fancy restaurants where you don't know how the food is prepared, who's preparing it, cooked, too much salt, too much this. When you buy the groceries and make it at home, you can control everything.
And can I say something here real quick? Thank you for that. But just as you were talking about the love and the food, we have that power to infuse our food with love.
And prayer,
I understand it is hard today. We could sit there and, we can't afford to buy everything organic. And let alone can you find everything organic? And then you're hearing about how the organic isn't really organic. I was just hearing the stuff about Driscoll's berries, and they're just as bad as the non-organic, you know what I mean? So who knows? But we have our minds are very powerful.
And our words.
We have our words, we have our minds. We can infuse
prayer,
the food that we eat with love, and ask it to heal us, ask it to help us. So as we're eating these things, now I'm not going to say, I'll tell you, I think if you try to infuse a Big Mac, I don't know how well you're going to be able to do that.
Your love can't overflow the death. It's death.
You can't infuse a Chick-fil-A sandwich even though they're closed on Sundays.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So the chemical, this is the thing. And this is what Sagittarius is, biology and finance. Right? The biology. Think about go outside, fire signs. Sagittarius rules the hips, thighs, and liver. And go eat the food that is really the medicine, right? The fruits, the veggies, the nuts, you know? I mean, listen, you already know when you look at our teeth, we're not carnivores, we're omnivores. Some people feel that we should be fruitarians, some feel we could be breatharians. But that's what I was saying earlier. When you were out in the sun, I think about all day in the summer, right? I'd be out and about all day long. And sometimes I didn't eat from like 7, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. I may have like a little something for lunch in between, but there was no snacking and all day. Like I was just outside and I was out in the sun and at the beach and in the ocean. And so I didn't feel hungry. You know what I mean? And because you're grounding, when you're grounding and earthing in nature, you're doing the same thing at the beach. You're tapping into the Schumann resonance. It's not just the grass and the soil. The beach is magic. It is healing. This sun, the light code. So let this Sagittarius full moon bring you new wisdom, new knowledge, new beliefs, new philosophies, so you can seek freedom and adventure outside. The sun is not giving you cancer. The way you eat, the lotion, the chemicals, the perfumes, the things you put on your body, yeah, that's going to create that. Now, I will say for my European Caucasian people, direct sunlight during the day obviously is not good for your skin. But being outside in the sun, sunrise and sunset, that activates the melanin through the retina in your eyes and makes you be able to handle the sun better. But if you're going out from 12 to 2, be out in the sun, but maybe be in some shade, not direct sun. But also we need to take off the sunglasses, take off the glasses when we're outside in the sun, right? Let it hit your eyeballs, the retina, okay? It's important. So any questions about the Sagittarius full moon or your Sagittarius house before we go? The Knicks are going to win tonight. Don't worry. If we lose, I won't be upset because that just means we win game 5 Wednesday at MSG in their garden at home. But I think we're going to sweep them. I think we stole their hearts. So I'm hyped. But any other questions or comments?
Thank you for being here.
Oh,
thank you.
Beth Perez? Oh, Babs.
Babs. And then
thank you, Babs.
Look, this is a totally insane idea, but what if they want the data centers everywhere so they can do the blue beam thing?
Yeah. Oh, no. The data's...
what?
Nothing surprises me. Project Blue Beam.
All of this stuff, when you start to really sit back and look, this stuff has been... They've been planning and working. What's that? The
New World Order?
Well, the New World Order, yes. But you remember how they used to always talk about that one book, the Art of War?
Oh, yeah. Sun Tzu, yeah.
This has been such a long game. And as you start to peel back the onions and you look at all the different components that have been being put into place by different presidents going back for over 50 years, like this is not small. And the fact that this agenda has been being put in place for over 50 years through multiple presidents, what it tells us is that all of these presidents are working on the same plan. Well, or somebody above them.
Yeah, the president. Okay, the president's a figurehead, right? So we know the secret families and secret societies that run the world. And so this goes back to the, Rome and the Vatican, the Bilderbergs, the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, all the stuff, right? All these families, DuPonts, all this stuff.
Right. But you know what? Like you're saying all these families right now, and that's cool. But all those families you said aren't even the ones that are really calling the shots, because we know them. We don't know the ones that are really calling the shots.
Right.
I mean, that's my belief.
Well, the ones that are calling the shots are the Orsinis and different.
No, even like higher than that, because the fact that we know their names means that's not it. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I would say that
too loosely. Like
I would say that the leaders of the world, but
are they powerful? Yes.
But you got to realize it's all about the money. And so when you have Vanguard, BlackRock, they control everything.
Hey, Evelyn's here.
Hey, Ev.
And Flower Power. Haven't seen you in a hot second, girl.
All right.
It's been a minute.
Sagittarius, you're a Sag sun, Ev. So remember, when this full moon, when the moon returns back to your natal sun, my Libras, any Libra sun signs here, you should do intermittent fasting today, tomorrow. It may be hard if you were having some barbecue today, but the Libra moon just started. It's half of today. So you could do, mira, escuchen, Tuesday and Wednesday, your Libra sun, no drugs, no sex, no alcohol, no cursing, no meat, right? Just try to eat salad, fruits, and veggies for 48 hours. The moon transit is 60 hours. So then when Scorpio comes up, Thursday and Friday, right? All same thing. But with this Sagittarius full moon, Sunday and Monday, try to do some intermittent fasting. See how you feel, Ev, and all my Sagittarius folks here. I guarantee you, if you do this once a month, every month, you're going to feel so good because it's internal. Okay. There's a shift in your body that when the moon returns back to the sun, that's going up your chakras and the 33 vertebrae. And you're able to cleanse and heal the body internally. Okay. These planets send energy, frequency, and vibration. That's the entire universe, right, to us. Now, they're not out in outer space. Some just say the planets are beyond the ice wall, but they're probably within the firmament. Okay. They're not going to nobody's moon.
These beings, I believe, are interdimensional more so than way out there. They are, but they have interdimensional travel. Anyway,
and a lot of them in Agartha, inner Earth. Y'all know about Agartha, inner Earth.
Well, it's so funny. They show us these things. So I remember years ago,
different movies.
That I was watching this Godzilla movie, and they have a full-on Earth inside the Earth with tropical jungles and animals and all of the stuff. And I was just watching it and tripping. And this is before like we even got kind of more open to stuff. And I was like, and somebody even said back then, I was like, they say they always tell you about stuff in the movies.
Yeah. Remember when we saw Aquaman 2? That was deep. They were going to Antarctica.
And this was predated. Yeah. So by that point, we were a little bit more open. But anyway, so let's see. Amber was talking about yin yang and the yin being feminine, yang being masculine. Feminine is the positive and negative in the yang. Feminine is the negative energy. Positive is the yang. Male is the positive energy that's wild to her. And all of these things, male, female, negative, positive, we have to look beyond the duality of it, but we also have to look beyond this third dimensional definitions and of perspective, things. Because what is negative, what is positive, and we attach our third dimensional meanings of good and bad,
and it's just energy and frequency,
and it's just frequency and energy, and so we've got to move beyond that, right? Let's see. Flower Power says, "Hey fam, I'm a Leo sun, Scorpio moon, Aries rising. I'm traveling nurse. I have to travel maybe this weekend or the first. What day would be best day to travel across country? Anything that aligns for me."
Okay, so they're Aries rising?
She's an Aries rising.
Okay, well, with Saturn and Neptune on the ascendant, your ninth house of traveling for the Aries rising, right, is the Sagittarius. So this full moon is happening on the 31st. So that's illuminating things with travel, and the Jupiter and Venus on your fourth house of home. So, even traveling around, June 1st or the 31st, I don't know where you're trying to go to, but just remember with Saturn and Neptune on the ascendant, you want to have a plan. You got to honor Saturn when it's transiting the ascendant, and Neptune there too. So maybe you're going somewhere that's closer to water with the traveling nursing. But the Saturn on the ascendant, what's the sun and moon?
She said the
Scorpio moon.
Leo sun and Scorpio moon. Yeah.
So that Leo sun in the fifth house, Jupiter's coming. So June 30th, you're about to I don't ever encourage it, but if you wanted to go to Atlantic City or Vegas, and if you want kids, have at it. If you don't, take precautions, because Jupiter's all Aries risings. Jupiter's in your fifth house of children for a full year, starting June 30th. But yeah, this is a good time for you. You know what I mean? And don't forget, Venus does go retrograde. I don't know when you're planning on traveling for work and stuff, but just remember with the Saturn and the Sun and everything, you need a structure and a plan. Discipline. I always teach the kids, right? Discipline is love, and repetition is the key to ownership. And hard work. No, work hard, then play hard.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the mantras. You know what I mean? You got to earn the right to play.
And that's got to be our thing. But if we can align what we're doing with things that we're passionate and
then it's not real work.
The work
Exactly.
doesn't have to be this drudgery, right? It's perspective.
But hey, let me give them an example though. Peep this. Even if they do what Andrew Young was talking about a couple of years ago with the basic income, let's say they just start giving each one of us $4,000 a month, right? I'm not gonna stop being an astrologer, even if they give us $10,000 a month. I
would welcome it and keep going after my dreams.
Yeah.
The key is
I'm gonna still do what I love. You know what I mean?
On this list, we take that money, we use it, we keep moving forward, we keep doing, and now we have money to impact the world in a bigger way.
Yeah, to do retreats.
That's all perspective. It's all how
I could do more free astrology readings for people who don't,
know what I mean?
Whatever. Yeah.
Like, and see, that's the thing. We're not everybody's going to be like that lazy, we're just going to see, but that's also goes into the people who are saying that they've brainwashed us to think that if they give us something, we have to feel indebted, or we have to feel lazy, or we have to feel less than, or whatever. That's not the case. It's the biggest psyop to make us think that them giving us something is anything at all. The reality is,
no, they owe us money.
Ours to begin with.
Yeah, they owe us
like
everything.
The air, the land, all of it is ours. Like who?
You shouldn't have to pay taxes on what you shop, what you earn, where you live.
Who created this earth? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm thankful to have a home that I call mine, but at the same time, like who said like everybody deserves to have a place that they call home?
Yeah, food, clothing, and shelter.
You know,
so a lot of this is going to shift, and this is what this full moon is about, you guys. Expect that you are worthy of all things that you desire.
So Amber says symbolism is definitely a game changer if you understand it. It's going back about 10, 15.
And we were talking about the sigils.
And she said, are we sure it's not witchcraft though?
Who's this?
That's Jackson.
Okay.
Let me go talk to him.
Okay.
And it's not, I mean,
Hey buddy, hold on. We're live. We're getting off in a second here. Mom's going to talk to you.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hold on a
second. The one thing I will say is go ahead.
Oh, okay. I wanted to finish what I was saying.
No, you can come back.
I can come back.
Talking about the symbols and sigils. But yeah, no. Definitely, Amber, I will say you have to be careful, right? But what they have done is created all these third rail things for you not to touch to keep you away from the power. They know astrology, numerology, gematria. They know the herbs, right? That's how they put the herbs, a piece of it, in the Western medicine and create the fun. You know what I'm saying? They know about linen sheets in the hospital. They know about copper, right? They took away the lead paint. It wasn't for your safety. It's so they could see through your freaking home. Like, so sigils and symbols. Yeah. What do you think McDonald's is and everything with the M? It's honoring the Freemasons. Every event that happens, you guys pay attention to the news. Oh, 33 people died, or 33 this. They speak, and everything is in code. You know what I mean? And so to me, I'm a true speaker and a true seeker. And I don't know, I just believe in love. You know what I mean? I don't like, do you guys know that Masons, they could put it like this. OJ could have got off just because Judge Ito and Johnny Cochran were both Mason. That right there is enough. A Mason man could rape a woman, and if she, and if she's not an Eastern Star, but just in general, like he can, get away with it and won't be found guilty. Just like these people that come over with, for the United Nations and stuff, they could break laws and do whatever they want. So, I mean, what are we talking about? Like, the system is so broken. You guys know this, you feel this, you see it. We all innately know it. Just like you innately know that they lied to you about everything in education. You know what I mean? So It's time for us to put on our big boy pants and big girl pants and start walking in truth, right? We're not there. Nobody's black or white. You're, Italian, Irish, this, that, Danish, right? I'm an indigenous American Indian. My people have always been here. So we have to start walking in truth and claim it and speak it. That's all, everything. But the sigils and symbols, yeah, you can get back to that. But I was just saying that, they use everything for bad, but they know that it's the truth. So they're using it in power and tell you not to touch it to make you think that it's evil and demonic, right? Now, I'm not saying all stuff. There's some things that I don't play with no magic. Okay. Like I don't, and I'm not judging or hating anybody and stuff like that. But I know for me, manifesting or using codes or symbols and stuff like that, I don't think of it as being bad or evil. It just is. And so we got to stop labeling things. That's part of the matrix, identifying and labeling, like she was talking about earlier, right? Oh, divine this and feminine and masculine, like negative, positive. We label too much and just saying it is.
Yeah,
I am, so, we're getting real deep today, but it's important.
I just think that in terms of witchcraft, it has to be, it's a very fine line.
Right. You don't put spells or curses on people.
And everything has to be for the blessing and for the good of all, not to harm anyone. There are definitely, and what is witchcraft? Witchcraft is manipulating energy in a particular fashion. That's what it is. I mean, if we break it all down. And so when and people do that on all kinds of things, like we do it throughout the day.
Michael Jackson, right?
We always are doing different things that are manipulating the energy in our
Kobe Bryant, manifesting
the things that we want.
Their future selves.
It's a bit more targeted and specific. And I'm speaking very high level, and I probably need to get even more education to be able to say this properly, but the intention behind it is huge, and the heart of the person doing it. We need to leave ourselves open, because a lot of times, especially, we gotta understand, first off, dark and light, you always want to do good, you don't want to do bad, but also we have to leave ourselves open for what is our highest and greatest, what does the infinite creator want for us, that sort of thing, because our minds aren't even capable of seeing what the infinite creator wants, because we don't even think in those terms. The Bible, one of my favorite scriptures in the Bible, talks about, because his ways are not your ways, neither are your ways his ways, and the earth, as far away as the earth is removed from the heavens, so is his ways from your ways, because we can't even see it. And it talks about, now we know in part, and they're talking about when we die and when we leave this physical frame, then we will know in full. So we are trying to think and judge on these big, huge things that we can't even see. And they tell us right in the Bible, we can't even see it. So if we can't see it and understand it, it's not really for us to completely judge, but you do know right from wrong. And that I believe wholeheartedly. People know right from wrong.
For example, if somebody is like casting some spell to get some man or woman that may already be in a relationship, that's wrong. If somebody's wishing ill upon someone's health, that's wrong. Like, that's what I'm saying. As human beings, we innately know right from wrong. We know love or we know evil. The biggest problem is that human beings don't realize that pure evil exists. Some people just, oh, la, 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 nobody means any bad to us. And, oh, the government would never do that to us. Are you kidding me? You better acknowledge and know that pure evil is real. The fact that if you, in this country, your food and your water and everything is poison, you think that's just an economic choice? No, it's freaking evil. Let's label it. Let's call it what it is. Come on, I don't deal in fugaziness. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep it real. Always. So, any last questions before we go about the Sagittarius Full Moon?
Hit some stuff. Okay. Watkins is talking about Venus in Cancer falls in her 7th house.
Okay.
He is good to me.
That's
And
good.
yes, he is very open to learning. That's
Oh,
wonderful.
good.
And that's the key. Can you
I
grow
wish-
together?
yeah.
I want that for everybody.
We've grown so much,
Um,
and I get excited for you guys. Congratulations, Watkins.
And then Ra is talking about feels like a big crossroads for me. Mars is on my Mars to the degree today with its squaring Mars. Chiron is squaring my Cancer.
Okay.
Sun to the degree. Jupiter return is at 23 degrees, full moon in 11th.
Wow.
That's some deep astrology talk. He knows that. I
Okay.
have no idea how to slow down.
You know,
and read it.
and that's where I think, Ra, you got to think about, you know, what wounds still need to be healed. Remember, you guys, Chiron's at the 29th degree until June 19th. We have an opportunity, even with this full moon, it's trining Saturn. And then, you know, hours later or the next day, it will trine Chiron. But anytime before it switches to Taurus, we have an opportunity as a collective, because the Chiron in transit, it's the wounding of all of us initiating, asserting, and being brave and courageous and walking into our I am energy. It's no accident that Chiron stays in Aries longer than any other sign. Aries and Taurus, the two longest, but Aries, the number one longest. We've got to heal our I am energy. We have to know I am the I am. You know what I mean? And God is within us. By no means are any of us God, but God and that soul energy is all within each one of us, right? They call it what? Fractals. We're all fractals. So you got to realize, think about it. If you can manifest, then you're kind of like the God of your own realm or your own life. You're not the God that controls everything, but you are controlling your choices, because God, talk about grace and mercy. How nice or kind was God, and could be God, Goddess, gave us the ability to have free will. We could just be energetic robot slaves and just sit around and not even have our own conscious thoughts. How powerful and amazing is God that God said, you can even curse me. You can be an atheist, not believe in me. You cannot, whatever. But you know what I mean? Like, that in itself is so powerful conceptually. When you think about that, your brain should hurt.
So let's see. Phoenix, it says happy birthday. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
wishing
Phoenix.
Happy birthday to our son. She also said that schools and religion are set up according to Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill is the author of Think and Grow Rich, who talks about structuring and using your mind and different things. That's a high level on Napoleon Hill. There's a lot more to him, but
but I mean, it's way before. I mean, you know, the Rockefeller school system, I mean, it's intentional that they want workers. They don't want people to question. There should be no pontificating, right? That's why the school looks like a hospital, looks like a prison, and the bells, right?
Yeah, it's very interesting. We've kind of gone, we've gotten away from a lot of things. And Ra is saying that this is a Sagittarius conversation and she enjoys it.
Oh,
and
yes,
you know what?
Ra.
Let me tell you something. We get into these deeper
We
things.
get deep
and
here
it's
all
a
the
lot more
time.
fun when we could actually speak
and it's
face to face.
Yeah,
and
that's
kind of
that's
thing.
what happens
That's
at the
what
tribe.
happens in our tribe
it's so
meetings. You know what I mean? Like,
you know?
the coolest folks end up at the tribe meetings, and then we have these types of conversations in real time.
And for any of you guys here
really
that want to join our private community, it's either $23 or $10 a month. It's www.community.BigEAstrology.com. Our meetings are twice a month. This is the 1-year anniversary, and we start off at June 5th and then June 19th. Really excited because Portia Cooper will be joining us on June 19th and Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to be getting deep into the cardology.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to, learn your personal cards and stuff like that. So I'm really excited. We're still trying to figure out June 5th. I will announce that soon. But if you want to join our tribe, it is all love. And obviously for $23 a month, you get crazy discounts, the coffee talks for free, things like that. So
yeah, we share a lot of knowledge. People share with each other. We've had
Jackie,
tribe members
Teresa,
who lead up. some of our meetings.
Yeah.
We've got different things that happen. You know what I
But
mean?
we support one
And
another.
we try to support each other,
Yeah.
and we're open to whatever thoughts. It's not like anybody's like, oh, you can't say that, or oh, you know what I mean?
No.
You're given honest, open consideration. Yeah. So I love our tribe.
Oh my
Anyway,
gosh, that's so good.
And let's see.
And
House of Toa, right? You are a man.
That's right. All day.
I'm sorry, I'm just teasing with you.
Shout out for the brothers.
Thank you. Yes, we
listen, but let me tell you,
I love the ladies, but we need some more men in here.
For House of Toa, for Dan, for the different guys on here, you know, it's important for us to be in these spaces, you know, because not only do we need to support the ladies, but we need to know this knowledge to also feed back to our children, right? When you have tools in your toolbox, you can answer questions beyond what the 3D matrix is providing for you to feed to your seeds. And so knowledge of self and knowing about astrology, cardiology, human design, numerology, gematria, whatever it is, man, that's giving them the food and the safety and the guidance to maneuver through this realm. You know what I mean? And so it's important for the men to be able to know it, right? So we can speak it with our queens, but also, you know, for our young children, our sons and daughters. When I learned my birth chart, I know I became a better parent. You know what I'm saying? Like knowing my kids' charts. That's why I encourage you guys, book a chart reading for your kids. You can do it with them, or if they're not ready, you do it. I do it with you, and you share it with them when you think they're of age or when they're ready. But by no means should you be walking around in this world energetically naked, not knowing your placements. The birth chart is the map of your life, the remembrance of your soul. You chose this. I'm the spiritual tour guide that's decoding it for you and helping you to remember what you selected. That's why when you do the chart reading with me, I do research and work to prepare. I give you videos of all your planetary placements, so then afterwards you could soak it up and understand, what does it mean to have Jupiter in Cancer? What does it mean to have Mars in Taurus? What does it mean to have Venus in Gemini? What does it mean to have Saturn in Taurus, right? You need to understand this so then you can move accordingly, and then it makes life slow down. It makes it so much easier.
Slow down.
Right? Me not stress no more. I see everything coming.
You know,
okay.
Phoenix says something really deep right here.
Phoenix is always deep.
I know, but I got to call it out right now.
All right, Phoenix.
So she was talking about, she brought up the Napoleon Hill earlier, and then she said schools and religion were set up to cause you not to think for yourself, according to Napoleon Hill. And and if you can't, this is the deep part. If you can't question God, then who can you question? Question the God, goddess inside yourself. And that's so key, because for so many things we were taught, never question God, never question God. But you're right. If you can't question God and wrestle and have that conversation, and even when you look at, I think, was it Peter who wrestled with God? Yeah. And that he wrestled with God, asking the questions, right? You have to be able to do that. And somehow, even though people will go, the Christians will go to this Bible and they'll talk even about that when Peter wrestled with God, but they forget, yes, you are allowed to question it. And it doesn't mean that you're bad, wrong, anything else, you know?
Can I share something with the audience?
Yes.
This is very important.
Can you share?
Listen, you guys.
Please do. It's your show.
The hospital, the government, the churches, they know your birth chart. Think about that. Okay.
We sign these documents and they take that little poke of our baby's feet or heel at the birth and all of it. They absolutely know everything, and it all is filtered up to who knows where. I mean, you know, I
think it's in all the information is either somewhere in, you know, in the Pentagon or probably in the Vatican. They have all the information stored. Yeah. They know who you are. You need to know who you are. Okay. And you need to know that you are loved. So I thank you for watching this. I'm going to go get ready for the Knicks for a nice victory.
Okay.
Maybe
And
a sweet
wait,
treat.
before
from
we go
wifey.
real
Okay,
quick,
right.
just really fast. So
Yes.
Ross said,
Yes, Ross.
watch your triggers this week. Thank you. Watch your triggers this week.
Yes. No, that's key because
your emotions, don't let them get you got.
The moon in Libra right now is coming off opposing Neptune, and then will oppose Saturn.
Yeah, she says Mars is square Pluto.
Well, Mars square Pluto is coming up tomorrow, right? The 26th. And so, listen, it can be very explosive. But at the same time, and I'm going to be talking about this tomorrow on Astro Weather, Mars square Pluto, that friction can be the inspiration and the fuse and the spark to help you to transform your life. Okay, to get into the parasite cleanse, to heal the pain, trauma, crisis from childhood. Chiron 29 degrees, walk into your brave, courageous, I am energy. Aries is the tribal leader. How are you leading in life? Where do you lead? Don't always, like I always tell my boys, I'm the man in the arena. Be a creator, not a consumer. But where are you leading? As a man and a woman, where are you stepping up and stepping out and opening up your throat chakra, Mars and Taurus, like Michael and Janet Jackson, to speak your truth? You got a voice box and a throat chakra. Are you using it? Come on now. Like we got to check ourselves. You could check yourself before you wreck yourself, right? Ice Cube Das Effects. That's important. So let's move authentically, speak authentically from the heart chakra. This is going to be a lot easier when Jupiter enters Leo on June 30th for a year. There's no more excuses, right? We have got to be our authentic selves. And I authentically love each one of you. Each one of you is amazing. My greatest hope for you is to retire from negative self-talk. Please come back. I'll probably, this is Monday, so I don't know. I'll probably be back on Thursday, but I want you guys to have a great week. Look for the Astro Weather tomorrow, where I'll be talking about Mars square Pluto. Yes.
So very quickly, yes, you are correct, Phoenix. It was not Peter. Peter was the rock. I'm sorry, I got to get back on my stuff. It was Jacob who wrestled. But anyways, you asked another question about when is the next coffee talk. Here it is. It is Jupiter in Leo.
Yes, and that is Saturday, June 6th, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern, 2 hours, $25, right? The tribe members, they know the deal for them. But I encourage you guys to sign up. What is powerful about this coffee talk, I'll be breaking down this year transit for all 12 rising signs. I'm going to give you insights and tips how to maneuver based on your Leo house. And you're going to really step into activating your heart chakra, stepping into the spotlight, generosity to increase your abundance and blessings. Leo is a powerful, authentic, Sapphic sign. Jupiter being in Leo, this one, you don't want to miss this coffee.
Yeah, this is going to be about manifesting. Like, where do you want to be seen? How do you want to be celebrated? Yeah. Where can you expand? Because it's going to take that manifestation energy to be put behind things, but this is going to give you the direction and the tools to be able to see. So
now you got to switch on the website
for
the Jupiter Leo, BigEAstrology.com.
Yes, I will go and I will do that today.
But you can also email me directly, Eric@BigEAstrology.com. And if you want to pay directly,
it's
June 6th. Yep, 12 p.m. noon Eastern. Okay. So that's a Saturday. It's a Saturday. It's a De La Sol day. But if you want to pay me directly to Cash App, $BigEAstro, it would be only $23. Okay. So sign up, your choice on the website. If you want to Cash App me, $23. Jupiter in Leo Coffee Talk. Also look at the post on my YouTube channel. I post all my upcoming events. I post the podcast, information for you guys, everything on my YouTube post. Also poll questions. And we're going to do prints on June 12th, Friday night.
We're being asked, when is the next Stars and Cards?
Next Stars and Cards will be airing. We just released one yesterday. The next one will be out Thursday, but the next live is Sunday, May 31st, 4 p.m. Eastern. But Stars and
I'll
Cards,
be there.
Stars and Cards videos come out on Thursday and Sunday, and we will definitely be live to end May 31st, 4 p.m. Eastern, talking about astrology, tarot, and the Sagittarius full moon that day. All right. So I love you guys. Yeah. Oh, and this is important. We, laptop and all, we will be live next Saturday, May 30th, probably 7 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to be doing live readings again. Okay. So I will give out she'll probably make up the graphic. We'll give you the information maybe starting tomorrow. So, for Saturday, $15 for one question, $30 for two questions.
Oh, we're going to be, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
We're going to do that next Saturday, this Saturday coming up, May 30th.
Oh my gosh. So Phoenix just said about God is male and female. The patriarch only says that God is male, and that's for power and control. Yeah. So true. She asked about you answered the Stars and Cards, and then we have White Island Surfy.
Hey, White Island Surfy. I9, how you doing? Welcome.
I'm not sure that I9 is her, or like they add things at the end. Yeah. But White Island Surf, you can tell us. But anyways, so good to see you. But you're coming in
right. But listen, please subscribe.
Yes,
and
please.
Do me a favor, you guys, for this Sagittarius full moon. Put out your moon water.
Yes.
Put out your crystals. It
tastes a little sweeter.
Yeah, I like moon water. But put your crystals out. But think about what's coming to an end around your wisdom, your beliefs, your philosophies, right? What new ways can you expand? New freedom, new adventure in your life. It could just be starting to go for walks in your community every evening, which wifey and I are going to be starting doing, right?
You owe me some walks, sir.
I owe you some walks, definitely. Well, I invite her to walk with me in the backyard, but she doesn't. She wants to walk. She wants to walk.
She walk around my backyard for?
She wants to walk around the community to, chit chat with people. See, I don't like chit chatting with people. I just like to walk, but whatever. But not that I'm antisocial. I'm a very friendly guy, but whatever. So, but I'm just giving you an example.
Wave to the people.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Yeah. Hey, Miss Johnson. Right. And she's whispering to me. Oh God, look at her.
No, I don't do that.
I'm joking.
Stop.
So, but
for anybody who knows Friday.
Yeah, Friday, one of the best movies ever. Go watch it if you've never seen Friday. Oh my God, just so good. But really take note about how you can move forward. Sagittarius is about taking flight and movement, moving your hips and thighs. You got to move your physical body. You want to heal that Chiron and Aries wound, your I am wound, right? You got to know that you're enough. You got to be brave and courageous. You got to be the tribal leader. You can be in a tribe, but how do you show up, right? Do you open up your throat chakra and speak truth? And are you speaking love and truth to yourself? Get in the mirror and speak lovingly to yourself about yourself so you can heal yourself on every parallel timeline and dimension. Please, okay? Reach out, BigEAstrology.com, but come back here in 30 seconds and leave a comment so the show grows in the algorithms, right? I'm giving you free game, free love, free knowledge. You can at least give me a like, a subscribe, maybe share it on your don't share it on your Facebook or Twitter, on your X. I got logged out of my X. I got to get back in. I don't know what happened, whatever. But I haven't really been doing the X that much lately. But, you can follow Big E Astrology on Facebook. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram. But I just thank you for the love. I thank you for coming here. Thank you. I don't know if he watches the replay, Jay Smith. Thank you for a little donation for the ice cream, right? Yeah. Donated some money. Who's this?
Okay, Jackson's calling again.
Oh my God.
They want to go fishing again. My boys have discovered fishing. We have gone fishing.
Well, we're going to say goodbye so they can go fishing.
Yes, we are finishing up. I told you it'd be like 20 minutes.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
So, all right.
Say goodbye. All right, hold on.
Well, thank you guys.
Give me one second.
No.
Closing out.
Yeah, that's all right. But this was definitely fun. Enjoy this Sagittarius full moon. And okay, you can end it.
Okay.
And
all right.
We love you guys. And
thank you for hanging with us. Thank
Leave
you for
a comment
with us, please.
And definitely sign up for Coffee Talk. $25. You won't regret it. 23 with Cash App, $BigEAstro. and join the tribe and check out the website, BigEAstrology.com. All right. Happy Sagittarius full moon and happy Gemini season. Hey, solar return, second-day progression charts. Second-day progression is the book of Genesis. 1 day equals 1 year, right? So I went from the Virgo, born September 10th. I'm 55, about to be 56. I'm vibrating as a Scorpio, huge Scorpio stellium, and no longer the Scorpio rising. My secondary progression chart, I'm a Cap rising. You guys, astrology can help you in ways that you can't even fathom. Please reach out. All right, Eric at BigEAstrology.com if you have questions. But check out my services. I don't just do birth charts. I do hater charts. I do love charts, career charts, business birth chart. You want to launch your business? I've done a lot of businesses, not just spiritual businesses, regular old professional businesses, and really boosted their business. I can help you. Okay. You need to know, your birth time or when you file for your LLC or S Corp, whatever. But I got you. But please leave a comment. I do moon tracking service chart. Going through your chart for a full month, how the moon hits your Uranus in the 3rd house, your Jupiter in the 5th. Break it all down, right? I do unconscious soul chart connected to the gene keys, which gives you a new date of birth, right? If you're a Virgo, you go to the Gemini. You're a Sag, you go to the Virgo, right? You're a Cancer, you go to Aries. The unconscious soul chart through the gene keys, super powerful. Explore the website. I love you. Big E Astrology. Let's go New York Knicks. Let's get it done. And happy birthday to my firstborn, my love, my son. I cried when they told us, do you want to know the sex? Yes, we want to know. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want to know? Yes, we want to know. And I said, you're having a son. And I already had the name chosen and she was on board with it. You know what I mean? And he's Virgo rising, Gemini sun and moon. And just an amazing human who's been through so much in his 17 years. This kid is so resilient. He almost died, basically had an NDE in the hospital in the PICU in the ICU for 23 days. When he was 4 years old, had to have surgery. If Alana didn't take him to the hospital that night, he would have probably died and not awakened that morning. His lungs collapsed, strep emphysema pneumonia. He was assaulted in school and bullied, called the N-word, but also suffered a concussion and a TBI. It changed his life. And the school covered it up. We couldn't even get a lawsuit because we didn't have, kid witnesses enough. The vice principal and the teacher covered it up. We've been through a lot in Arizona, and we've been through a lot with this child, but he is something special. And he is a pure heart and pure soul. And I am honored and proud to be his father. And I love him dearly. Happy birthday, William. And I named him after my father. I love you, son. Bye, everybody. Please go back and leave a comment. I appreciate you. Go watch my Knicks win. Later. Enjoy episode 462, Sagittarius Full Moon on Sunday, May 31st, 9 degrees. 4:45, 4:44 a.m. Eastern. All right.